We're live again. There we go.
We are live.
I want to apologize for that technical difficulty.
They didn't know we had a technical difficulty.
You're right. Sometimes, see, that's funny. Most of the times when you make a mistake, no one knows you made that mistake but you. Earlier, we were talking about chasing freedom. From my perspective, that means chasing financial freedom. We're in a bookstore, we're in Barnes & Nobles, and we're surrounded by a ton of self-help books. And those self-help books actually are supposed to alliterate to how you can actually free yourself financially from the confines of debt, from the confines of the bills that we're inundated with on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And for most people, their freedom doesn't truly mean being free unless they hit the lottery.
Yeah.
And I think even if you hit the lottery, if your mindset isn't correct, you will never be free anyway.
That brings a good point, Chris. And I also want to say, when you're chasing freedom, I believe it's more than just financial freedom. Because we have some people who experience things personally, mentally, and emotionally where they feel trapped and they feel like they can be in a better position to be free,
Right.
So ultimately, not only is it financial freedom, it's also mental and emotional freedom. Because sometimes people are in a situation and they feel like because maybe emotionally they may be stuck and they feel like they can't get out of that situation, or if they're
How would you advise someone? Let's say someone's stuck in an emotional rut, and they feel like they're actually chained to a situation.
Okay.
What would be the answer to that?
Okay.
What would be the key to freeing that lock?
Okay. I think in my opinion, I think everybody's answer will be different based on every different situation. I think that we sometimes feel emotional, feel tied to people, aka chained to people.
Right.
That also leaves us chained to the situation, and we feel like we're settling, or we don't deserve better, or we feel like there isn't anything better for us, or we don't have another opportunity or a different chance to do something different.
Is that fall in line with that quote unquote ride or die mentality?
Sometimes it is. They think just because you're ride or die for somebody, but I don't really believe in the ride or die mentality, because why would you? I'm gonna ride for you, but I'm not gonna die for you, because I'm gonna do exactly what we need to do to where we can keep riding.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you can have someone to be there for you, but you need to uplift each other at the same time. It's you wanna live with each other. You ain't literally dying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You wanna live with each other, and then you have to surround your people, like we always say, with your circle. And be around people. But if you feel like you're emotionally tied to a situation, you have to ask yourself a few questions. Ask yourself, what are you getting out of this situation?
So, a self-assessment.
A self-assessment for sure. What do you need in your life to survive? The self-assessment along with the situation assessment. What do you need in your life to survive? Also, what do you need in this situation to survive? What's going to make you happy? What's going to continue to make you grow? What's going to continue to make you feel whole as a person? And if your self-assessment and your situation assessment is not the same, then you can look at that and see what it is you need to change.
Okay, that's fair. I've had to self-analyze a lot of the things that I've done personally from a business perspective, and see what was actually working and what was not working. And just like your body, it discards waste. It doesn't keep anything that it can't use to benefit it. So you actually have to put yourself in a position where you can critically analyze what you're doing, and say, okay, this isn't working for me. This isn't working for the situation, like Sean said. So when it comes to that emotional bondage, you have to realize that, hey, maybe this person is toxic. This person or this situation isn't good for me. So even when that comes to a financial situation, that freedom that we think we're all chasing, that's eluding us, you really have to sit back and say, you know what? For the longest point, I've been chasing the money.
Yeah.
And when I realized that it wasn't the money that I was chasing, it was more so the freedom.
Yeah.
Then the money came, that's when you really have a true assessment of what the situation, the totality of the situation.
Right. And a lot of people chase the dollar, but they're not living while they're chasing. So
Exactly.
you have to enjoy the journey. You know, I mean, the dollar bill is what we live by, we die by, because it's what we need to survive. But at the same time, don't put so much value into the dollar bill when you, especially if it's not allowing you to actually live your life and enjoy it.
Right. And I think a lot of people are in situations where they make a lot of money, but they're also unhappy and also in that trap.
Right.
And that trap is not just the spot that they consider the trap in the ghettos, where they do a lot of illicit activity, but the trap is being confined to that lifestyle that's created by the money that you make. And you feel you have to live not only that lifestyle, but a lifestyle above that. You know, you living outside of your means. I've seen Mercedes parked in front of Section 8 housing, and I'm saying,
it's like you're trying.
what?
I mean, you're trying to always keep up. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to always keep up and chase that dollar. And it's, you know, money can make you do things that you wouldn't necessarily do if you didn't have it.
Compromise your integrity.
Compromising your integrity, compromising your character, and you don't ever want to compromise your integrity.
Never,
Never,
ever.
because what if I make $1 million? I'm going to accept the same things that I'm going to accept the same things that I would if I wasn't making so much money.
Right.
Because my integrity would never be compromised. I'm not going to allow certain things to happen, and I'm not going to do certain things because that's just who I am. And you can't let money change who you are.
But a lot of people in chasing their freedom, they do allow money to come in and dictate what they'll do, what they'll accept, and how they'll operate.
Right. And let me reiterate this. Money will in turn change who you are, but it won't change your character. What I mean by that is, of course, if I'll put it on me. If I won $40 million, right? Or if I made $40 million.
If she made $40 million, believe me, we would be having a different conversation.
If I made $40 million, it's not going to change who I am as a person. It's going to change it's not even going to change my standards, because I want the best for myself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But I'm not going to walk around thinking I'm better than anybody. I'm not going to walk around shitting on anybody. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Excuse my language, but I got to put it frank to you, because that's just not who I am, making the money that I make right now. You know
some people, though, they get a little money in there. All of a sudden, next thing you know, it changes their personality, changes their behavior.
It's going to change the people around you, you know, because everybody going, oh, she brought this money and she done changed.
She got it.
You know,
she got it.
9 times out of 10, it's the
she's
people,
got it.
the people around you are changing because they have this perception or this assumption that you're going to act a certain way because you have this money. And you can't do anything about that.
Well, wait a minute. It's like when people say, oh, Sean, when you blow up, don't forget about us.
Right. But it's like, what do you want me to remember? You know?
Exactly.
What do you want me to remember? Do you want me to remember that every time I asked you to buy a book, you told me no, or you didn't pay me any attention, or you didn't even give my book a thought, or you didn't even think to say, hey, let me come to your book signing? You want me to remember those things?
Exactly.
Or you want me to remember the good things? You know?
And it's funny that you bring that up. People won't support your product or your projects or your services, but they'll support someone else's. Well, they'll say, well, Sean wrote a book, but she's not J.K. Rowling. And you're right. J.K. Rowling wasn't J.K. Rowling until there was an outpouring of support for what she did and what they appreciated about her creativity. So the same thing applies to Sean, the same thing applies to myself, the same thing applies to every creative person that's out there. You actually have to give support in order to get support. And that's what we try to do with this platform that we have with Aspire2Inspire. And that allows us the freedom to do what we want, how we want, when we want it. Because we're not we're not held hostage by anyone. There's no one putting any money into this situation that says you guys have to talk about this, you guys have to talk about certain things, or you can't talk about certain things. Whatever we feel like that day, whatever we talk about 10 minutes prior to going live, that's what we do.
That's so important. That's so important. And I did a speaking engagement with an elementary school, and we were talking about business. I talked to them about business for a little bit, and the main question they asked me was, what's the best part about working for yourself? Because they were so caught up that I owned my own publishing company, that I was an author, and they had something tangible that they could actually see, and that was me. So they were instantly inspired, which was a blessing, and I loved every bit of it. But their main question with everybody was, what do you like the most about working for yourself? And my answer was the freedom to wear t-shirts, meaning it's bigger than the t-shirt. Like I told them, it's bigger than the t-shirt. It's you choose and you can do what you want to do. And me chasing freedom, no, it wasn't easy to put in a 2 weeks notice at an old job. You know, it wasn't easy to go on the ledge and do that. But if you are in a situation that you know, because every day when I used to go to work, I used to be like, it's got to be something better than this. You know what I'm saying?
It's got to be something
more than what I'm doing. I'm more than this. You know?
Exactly.
So, of course, I prayed about it and I made my decision. Not everybody can do that. I understand that, money rules all and we have to do what we need to do to survive. But I stepped out on that ledge and I made a decision, and that was chasing my freedom, because I knew at the end of the day, working that job is not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
Exactly. And some people get caught in where they do that. Hey, what's up, Chris? I appreciate you chiming in, buddy. Hey, thanks. Chris Flip is always tuning into everything that we do, and we greatly appreciate you. Just want you to know that. So we don't take anyone for granted that actually tunes into the show.
What's up, Chris?
Chris, leave us some more feedback, and hey, we're gonna get you an Aspire2Inspire shirt out to you. We got to get your size and everything, but we just want you to know we pay attention, and we're very cognizant of everything that's transpiring.
Chris, put your size and your and the color in the.
Yeah,
in the messages,
so
we can go back and find it.
Exactly. And put in the hashtag, I want my shirt.
Right.
Aspire2Inspire. But, and the same thing with me. I've been able to chase this freedom thing since 2003. Right in the midst of my first child being born. And it's nothing easy about this. It's nothing easy about entrepreneurship. A lot of people will tell you, oh yeah, it's a cool thing to do. Now I'm an entrepreneur. Really? Show me.
It's nothing easy
about it. Show me what it is that you're doing. Show me what you've done. If you're doing music, if you're writing books, if you're doing movies, show me. There's a number of people out there that are showing you every day. Ideas are cool. They're a dime a dozen. Execution is a whole different ball game. To actually to empower yourself and actually capture that freedom, you have to execute. You have to put that idea of I'm worrying about what everyone thinks about what I'm going to do to the side and say, you know what, I don't care what you think. I want to be financially independent. And it's going to take me sacrificing and not hanging out and not going to the club and not buying the bar and not, jumping in a new whip and riding around and buying the newest clothes. That's the sacrifice.
I'm going to give you a sacrifice. My first year in business, I didn't shop for a year.
Wow. Really? You?
Exactly.
A year? She just said she didn't shop for a year.
My first year in business, I did not
Wait a minute,
shop
did you go to the hair salon still? Ooh, no.
I said
now we're getting deep. See, when a woman
shop.
sacrifices not getting her hair done,
I said shop, but lucky
okay.
for me, I chose a buzz cut because my hair used to be short.
Okay.
Lucky for me, that was easy, so it's different. But it's sacrifices you definitely have to make, and I'm still making sacrifices to this day. So we all have to do it.
It's it's a funny thing because most people will not sacrifice to get what they want, and life is all about, well, if you're chasing a certain type of freedom, it's all about the sacrifice. It's all about the being comfortable with being uncomfortable portion of this entrepreneurship game. And it's not for everyone, and maybe Sean makes it look easy. Every time you see her, she's glammed up and she's doll, but when you don't see her, she's working. It's a lot of work to do this.
Real.
To be able to even come to you every Tuesday from Barnes & Nobles, it's work that goes into that. It's a lot of work. Hello. Oh, feel free to want to join in on the conversation.
Absolutely.
What's your name?
Steve.
Come here, Steve.
What's up?
Come here, Steve. Let's talk
Come
about
on, Steve. Have a seat.
Oh, grab that seat, Steve. This is a new for us, and this is great. Okay.
All right.
You gonna have to scoot over.
No, it's fine.
Oh, introduce yourself.
My name is Steve Pollock. I work for Joe Hudson, body shop guy.
You're the body shop guy.
Yes.
How long have you worked for Joe Hudson?
I worked with them for about 2 years now. They're a new company in town.
Okay. So what brings you to Barnes and Nobles today?
My wife's diet plan. She wants to find a book and she wants to put us on a diet so we can live a healthier life.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, see, they're chasing the freedom of a better lifestyle.
That's it.
So what are you trying to change about your diet?
Eat better, stay away from fast foods, trying to find a good diet program to lower cholesterol, live a healthier life.
Is it any particular author that you're looking for today, or are you just kind of running around trying to find whatever catches your attention?
That's what my wife is doing. I'm just going to go along with whatever she finds.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's it. Yeah, that's a happy wife, happy life. That's correct. Absolutely.
That is awesome. See, this is a first for us because we're live on Facebook right now, and this is the first for us, so it's new. Just to catch someone that's coming through the store and do an impromptu interview and ask what they're doing throughout their day. So I appreciate Steve taking his time to stop and share with us what he's doing. And anything you want to say to the people?
Everybody live a healthy life. You're going to regret it if you don't.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you so much,
appreciate
Steve.
you, brother. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's what we live for
That was
right here.
awesome.
That's
That's what we live
exactly
for.
what we live for. Only in Barnes and Nobles.
Steve and his wife coming in to look for a book to live a healthier lifestyle. That's what we aspire to inspire people to do these things. This is awesome.
That is too awesome. I mean, just to get someone to take the time out of their schedule to come and chime in with us about the freedom that they're chasing.
Right.
That freedom is a whole different lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle that would allow them to live a longer and more fruitful life and have a better relationship with one another.
Right.
That's an aspect that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
Chasing the freedom of a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Why I say it's more than just financial. Yeah.
She spoke on emotional freedom. She spoke on financial freedom and
A healthier freedom.
A healthier
Just being
freedom.
healthy, because being healthier impacts your life in a abundant way. If
that's
you're
the true
healthy-
wealth.
Yeah, it's true
That's
wealth.
true
Because
wealth.
if you're healthy, you can live and do what you need to do. If you're suffering from, illnesses, diabetes because you're overweight, or cancers because you're smoking every day, or
Right.
just different illnesses that can depreciate the quality of your life.
Exactly, it can greatly impact your life. My mother is 60 years old and she works out. She
Yeah.
does weight
The same with my
resistance
mom.
training.
She's 60,
Your
she
mom,
at the gym with me,
exactly. She's
you
at
know?
when you see your parents and they're in their 60s. My mom still doesn't think she's 60. She thinks
Yeah.
she's 35, which
That's a
would
good
make
thing.
me-
You're only as young as you feel.
Exactly. But that shows me that you can do whatever you want to do. And if you're chasing a better lifestyle, you're chasing a more financially free situation, do that. Don't wait for anyone. Don't wait for validation from anyone to do that.
Right.
Get up, get out, and go do it. There's a ton of information
That's
out
like,
there.
you made me think about my song
What?
from Outkast. You gotta
Get up,
get out, and do something.
You can't sit around all day
gotta-
getting. Come on,
Oh.
you know it. You know the song. But that's what we do
You
on
and
here.
I gotta do for you and I.
Exactly. But at Aspire2Inspire, that's what we do. We want to promote that mentality,
Yes. We
that
promote health.
can-do mentality.
Yes.
And
That was awesome.
I want to catch up with Steve again now. So you know what? We're gonna have to actually do this. We're gonna have to go out at a certain point in time and go into not just the mall, just throughout the store, and
Yeah,
just see
we'll
if we
do
can do
that.
random interviews with individuals. And if you have any questions that you'd like to ask us or ask anyone in the store, let us know, and we'll ask that question. What do you think?
I think that's awesome. I think that's what we'll go do. Guys, it's been awesome. We had a great time. Once again, we're here at Barnes & Nobles. I'm
You're
Lashandra
with me,
Hall.
and I'm Christopher White.
And we are Aspire2Inspire TV.
TV, yes, we are. If you didn't know, now I'm doing my DJ Cuts thing.
Oh,
So
doing
yeah.
that. Oh,
Look,
one more thing.
What?
Today is New Release Tuesday, and
New
I want
Release
to let
Tuesday.
you guys know that my new book, Aspire2Inspire, is now available at LaShandraHall.com. New release Tuesday. Aspire2Inspire is available, hardcover, paperback, and ebook, all available at LaShandraHall.com. Had to get that.
exactly. Yeah, no, get it in all the time, and you can actually come in here to Barnes and Nobles and pick that up.
Yes, you can.
Just tell them, say, I'm looking for Lashandra Hall, and I'm looking for the new book, Aspire2Inspire.
Yes.
So you can do that.
Do
But we're not gonna keep you guys too much longer. We're gonna do something a little bit different this time. We're gonna cut this short, but I hope you guys took something away from this because we always take something from you guys. So Yes.
Oh, and one more thing. He always forgets everything.
What? What did I forget to
If
say?
you're interested in advertising on Aspire2Inspire TV, make sure you guys email us.
Email us at Aspire2Inspire.
TV@gmail.com.
Yes, see our little pop-ups keep coming up
Because
on the
this
screen.
could be you up here. You
We
know
could
what I
be
mean?
sitting here talking about your product, your service,
Yes.
anything that you have, get it out to the public.
Yes. So
So
yeah,
we got new people coming in all the time.
everybody's peeking in to see what's going on.
So, but we're out for this Tuesday. We'll see you next Tuesday again at 1 o'clock.
right.
And peace.
Be good, be kind, be you.
Continue blessings, continue success. We out.
Out.